What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to some more Star Citizen. We are waking up in the 600i. But before we get before we get started, I want to let you guys know what I've been thinking lately. So I've done a lot of like either kind of showcasing or talking about all the combat and or combat-esque ships in Star Citizen, and I haven't really been doing many ship showcases since I basically covered all of those. So I'm thinking about going towards or doing showcases on ships that don't really fit my playstyle, don't really fit my my main game loop, and go towards ships that aren't as combat oriented. Like I said, I've done some ships like starter ships, or some ships that aren't technically combat ships but are strong in combat. But I wanted to start that today with the 600i. But before we do a little bit of a walk around, we're gonna go up to the flight deck and start my quantum jump, because obviously, you know, I'm gonna do non-combat ships. I'm still gonna take them out in combat because that's my game loop, right? And right now, the preferred game loop, I guess, for like the 600i and other stuff like that isn't technically out yet, because this is I think this is more of a passenger, you know, like a commercial kind of esque ship for like executives or something like that. But these ships, we're still going to take them out in combat, but we're not going the ships that aren't for combat that we're going to take out in combat at some point, like except for like proper game loops. Let's say, like if there's a proper game loop out for a ship, like say the Reclaimer or the Vulture or the Prospector or something like that, we'll do that for what they're used. But other things, well, I'll take that back. We'll even do cargo running for cargo ships. 600i is kind of in a weird spot, because yeah, it's an executive, or it's more. This is the exploration version, but there's also a touring version. It's more for, you know, transporting, you know, passengers and executives and stuff like that. So since it's got size 5 guns, though, we're going to take it out in combat. And I don't have high bounties, so we're probably going to wipe the floor with them, but we're heading over to Microtech to actually swap out these size 4 cannons, or size 5 cannons, sorry, with size 4 repeaters. But this thing comes stock with 3 size 5 hardpoints, stock with M7As, and 16 size 3 missiles. But we're gonna, while we're in quantum, since we got a little bit to go, let's take a walk around. Obviously, we are in the flight deck as of right now, and when we started, we were in the captain's quarters. But in the flight deck, we have the pilot seat and 2 co-pilot seats up here. And honestly, in my opinion, as of right now, the 600i is actually supposed to be getting a rework, like an interior rework, so this might be subject to change. But as of right now, in Alpha 3.18, there's a lot of wasted space in the on the flight deck. I don't know what these are supposed to be. I feel like there should be something here, but I'm not 100% sure. But there is a lot of wasted space on the flight deck. I'll have the door open. So over here are what I believe to be escape pods of some kind. And oh, panel access? Can I open these? No. But yeah, I believe these are supposed to be escape pods. You just kind of walk in, the thing will just drop down, and you know, you're gone. That's what I believe they are, because I don't see any other use for these at all. And then here looks to be kind of like a map room. That's all I really think. I don't know much about this ship. I own this thing, and I don't know much about this, but it looks to be some kind of map room. And I don't believe there's actually a door to reach that panel behind there. Wait, did that door open? Was that a door? No? Oh, there is a door. Cool. All right. And these, I believe, are... oh, the scanning stations. Scanning station. Scanning station. I did not know this ship had that. So I'm guessing the radar scanning room, I guess. Guess that's what that is. Open the door, please. And then I'm going to double check. I believe those co-pilot seats up in the... on the flight deck control the remote turrets. Let's see. Enter remote turret. Okay. This looks like it is the bottom turret. Oh yeah, that is the bottom turret, and I believe the there is an aft turret. Oh, it's right there, right behind us. So yeah, these would control the remote turrets. All right. So as far as I know, that's all that's really on this deck of the ship. So we will go take on the mid deck. By the way, there's a thing I do not like about the ship, and it is this elevator. I feel like it is way too slow, especially when you're trying to get in and out of the ship. We'll head up to the lower deck. See, I feel like it's just slow. All right. And then obviously this is where we started. This is the captain's quarters with this nice bed and this nice view that you can literally just lay here while you're in quantum, or just soaking up the sights and just watch out of this beautiful, beautiful canopy. It's great. We got a little bit of a like an office station here too. And then these doors are also really slow too. So this is the exploration version of the 600i, not the Turing version. There's two different versions. The Turing version, I believe, has a little bit more of like luxurious things in here. I wanted the exploration version because it can store, as of right now, only 48 SU, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 48 SU, and it's all stacked up in the walls right here, which I think is really nice. It really helps keep some, or I think it really what's the word I'm looking for? It saves space. That's the word I'm looking for. It saves a lot of space. Oh, didn't I want that. And then we have the cargo ramp here, which as of right now I believe it can hold up to an Ursa rover. I haven't actually tested that, but I know it can fit a Cyclone. The Cyclone actually comes with this thing. I'm not 100% sure if it'll fit an Ursa. It looks like it's big enough. It looks big enough to fit an Ursa, but I'm not 100% sure on that and never actually tested it. So I would go Cyclone, maybe an Ursa. But when the rework comes out, one thing I'm really excited about is that this is actually going to become a lot bigger, this cargo area, where it's going to hold a little over 200 SCU, and I could put a Nova tank on this ramp. So that is going to be awesome. I doubt I will have this thing by then, but this is what I'm using for a CCU chain to up towards a capital ship, putting a little bit of money in every so often. So that is another elevator that'll take us back up. I don't believe you can exit the ship through that elevator. Is this door going to open? All right. Oh, and looks like this is the crew quarters. I've actually never been back here. So this looks like the crew's quarters, and it's a very nice crew quarters. It's really nice. It seems really cozy. Almost feels like a the coloring in here makes it feel like it's almost like a cabin that you would go to at Boy Scout camp or something like that. Like, it just really, it feels cozy. And it looks like, oh, yep, see, escape. So these are escape pods. So we have more escape pods here. I really wish those were functioning, to be honest. Nice little bench. Can I interact with any of these panels here? Does not look like it. And then over here we have the bathroom and shower. We got, oh, they're both combos. Two combo bathroom shower. So take her space shower here, take her space dookie here, wash her space hands here, and do the same thing on the side. But I feel like the doors are not rendered right now. That's interesting. And looks like just a little place to store your clothing while you're in the shower. But it sounds like we are about to drop out of Quantum, so we are going to head back up. And then once I put on the rhinos, we are going to go have some fun and take out this big old beefcake of an exploration ship. And we're going to take on some LRTs with it. It's a little overkill. I don't have VHRTs just as of right now. But you know what? Let's shoot some stuff with it. Shoot some missiles with it. And I took it out the other day. Is this door going to open? There we go. I took it out the other day to just test it out and see how I would like it. And I'm not going to lie. At first, I hate this ship. I don't think it's a pretty ship. From the outside, at least. But it's growing on me. And after I was doing a little bit of fighting with it, now granted, they're LRTs, the ship is overkill for it, but I was like, ooh, that's the beefcake, the bum bum bum, you know? So, so I'm gonna drop down a new Babbage, put on some rhinos on this thing, and then we're gonna grab some bounties and just have some fun with it. But we'll give us a good exterior view first. So it's not my favorite looking ship, but it's not, the look of it is actually really growing on me. The only thing I don't like about it is the weird duck feet landing gear. I just think could have been designed a little bit better, in my opinion. But that's just me. But a lot of the Origin ships, especially, like, you know what, I'll give the 600i this pass too, but especially the 400i and the 600i, I get a very Naboo. The ships that Senator Amidala from the prequels of Star Wars fly, you know, and like the Naboo cruisers or whatever they're called, like the big chrome like ships. They give me that kind of vibe, especially the 400i. But I'll give this one the pass too. But now that we given it a good exterior look, I'm gonna go put on some rhinos and we're gonna go have some fun. All right, now that we got 3 size 4 rhinos gimbaled on the 600i, we're gonna take on some LRTs, which this thing is gonna slap, like, just completely destroy these bounties. Like, let's be completely honest with you. I am back around Crusader, specifically Yella. Mainly because I had to come all the way back to PO because I did not have enough for all 3 rhinos and size 5 gimbal mounts. I did not think the size 5 gimbal mounts were going to be that much, but they were. 2 of them were like 26k. So I am a broke boy. I have 2,824 Alpha UEC left. But with this, should be worth it. With power to weapons, our capacitors are at a whopping 226, so we can literally just keep going. And I am gonna take this slow because invisible asteroids are a thing and they're terrifying. But yeah, so we got 226 on those capacitors. With the power not to weapons, I think that's 188. Yeah. But this thing is a beefcake with 2 size 3 shield generators. I believe everything else is a size 2, so I think it has a size 2 quantum drive and size 2 coolers and stuff like that. But don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. I didn't actually look at the stats. 600i has 2 size 3 shields. I believe a JS500 is a size 3, so it's got a size 3 power plant. It's got a size 3 cooler, a single size 3 cooler, and a size 2 quantum drive. So everything is size 3 except for the QT drive. The QT drive is size 2. It looks like we might be getting close. Cuddy Black. Let's see. And we also have 16 Arrestor 3s for missiles, but we're not going to need those. I eventually will take this thing out against the Hammerhead, because I am curious to see what it does. That is not our target. How am I picking up a saber this far away? Screw it. Wow, that saber took him. And an M50. All right. And boom. Oh man. And boom. This thing's fun. This thing is fun. A ton of fun. Alright, let's see what else we can grab. MRTs. Do our MRT cert. Where is our MRT cert? In Hurston. Of course it is. Oh man. So yeah, the 600i has grown on me. Kind of like how the Connie did. The Connie I hated at first, and I hated this thing at first too. And then I used the Connie and I absolutely fell in love with it. And this thing I'm actually quite enjoying. I feel like I'm flying a sleeper ship in this thing. Like, okay, it's not a combat ship, but it's got 3 size 5 hard points. And they're not, honestly, depending on the weapons, they're not all that noticeable. It can definitely surprise some people, I think. At least for a PvE situation, obviously. Alright. Okay. Done.
Got a surprise for ya.
Take that out. All right. Come on, open that pit. I think he just bonked the asteroid. There we go, there's that. We got a Gladius on us. Get away from the big asteroid. And wipe the floor with him really fast. Boom. Yeah, this thing feels like it's a luxury ship, right? And granted, I'm only doing LRTs and MRTs, and I might only do one more. I think I'm gonna do one more, but doing LRTs and MRTs. But this feels like a ship that you can, in the midst of a big space battle, let's say with like capital ships and things like that, you know, you got Idrises and Javelins and, you know, let's use Xenothreat for an example, something like that. I feel like nobody would really pay attention to a 600i if you don't know what it has, you know. and be like, oh, it's just a luxury touring ship. Why is it out here doing this? And then depending on what weapons you're using, you can use the size 5 fixed cannons on it and pick at it at the Idris or hammerheads or something like that. Or to be honest with you, you could use it as like a anti-fighter support frigate with the gimbaled size 4 repeaters on it with your gunners. You know, you got the aft gunner remote turret, and then you got the bottom remote turret too. Then you might be able to do some anti-fighter support with this thing as a frigate. Now, obviously, it's not going to be anywhere near like a hammerhead for anti-fighter support and stuff like that, but you know what, I think it could really do that job pretty well. Ooh, Eckhart security job. But filming this video, like, I want to look at non-combat ships, you know, and show them off as well. And obviously I'm kind of keeping the same formula here. I'm taking a non-combat ship, taking an exploration ship, kind of like the Corsair, but the Corsair isn't an exploration ship, don't at me. But taking an exploration slash touring ship and taking it out on combat, and this thing is doing really well, and I'm actually starting to fall in love with this thing. But I will not be keeping this thing. This is one of my, this is going to be a CCU chain to something much bigger. Eventually this thing is going to turn into a hammerhead. Well, it'll probably be like a Hercules to a hammerhead to, I don't know, some kind of capital class ship. Let's say, I don't know, Idris or Polaris. I'm probably going to shoot for the Polaris, but I have a couple other ideas in mind too. Basically a ship I can live in. Ooh. But I am enjoying that I have it now. See if we can smack that cutty really good. Come on. Can I hit it from here? No. Alright. Cannons, I would have been able to hit it from here. But... ooh, didn't like that. She flies really nice in vacuum too, for as big as it is. There goes that. Main target's getting all upset with us. Oh wait, wrong ship. Just keep peppering away at this damn thing. Done. Bounty complete. I know we have one more, a Buccaneer on us. Try to maintain distance on him. Oh yeah, this thing is... I feel like I can maintain target, at least in vacuum, a lot better in this thing than I can in the Constellation, and that is genuinely surprising me. So, I also want to point out, I originally wanted a Carrack, but I looked more into the 600i and I realized or remembered that it has pilot controlled weapons. I wanted something that I can kind of live in but still have pilot controlled weapons. Ideally I want to fit a fighter in it as well, but I can't do that with the 600i. That's why the 600i is going up to probably a capital or sub-capital ship that I can keep either a Gladius or maybe even up to a Saber in it. That way I can kind of live out of it, operate out of it, especially I wanted to have that set in stone for when Pyro comes out. But this is the 600i, and honestly, to me, it is a hidden gem, and it is definitely a sleeper of a ship, at least when it comes to my preferred game loop. But as I make money throughout this patch, I will check out other non-combat ships, or technically non-combat ships, like Prospector, Vulture, stuff like that. Hauling ships like the Hull A, probably some more of the Hercules series and stuff like that, and we will showcase how they run. basically for their game loop. And if there's not really a specified game loop, we're just going to take it on some bounties. So, but this is the 600i. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and just a reminder, if we hit 10,000 subscribers by January 1st, 2024, I will do my first ship giveaway. Either way, I will see you guys in the next video and around the verse. Alrighty, have a good one.